Starting out this week, when you're listening to music in the 1990s, grunge bands like Nirvana and Pearl Jam, there was a certain 1970s throwback there. They kind of sounded a little bit like Black Sabbath, they kind of sounded a little bit like Led Zeppelin, and even like maybe some late Beatles records. Now you're finding that the new generation of musicians, maybe we'll call them millennials, are influenced by the 80s in the same way those musicians in the 90s were influenced by the 70s. All that to say that the new Yukon Blonde record is so 80s, you kind of need to buy a white blazer and roll up the sleeves a la Don Johnson just to listen to it. It is an absolutely fantastic record full of wonderful synths, and it might remind you of driving your 83 El Camino down the road. It's called On Blonde, and it's out June 16th.
Saturday night on the town, open your arms to me, and let me dive in the waters around, your eyes are an ocean.
All right, up next, you may remember being in high school and going to like a battle of the bands where you and your pals get up on stage at the high school gymnatorium, flunk your way through Wish You Were Here by Pink Floyd for about 8.5 minutes while everyone clapped and tried to figure out what song you were playing. Well, Of Monsters and Men won a different kind of battle of the bands, a national battle of the bands for the country of Iceland. And that got their single out around the world. It even got them to #1 in some countries around the world. But the question was that just a fluke? Can they follow it up? Well, yes, they can. Of Monsters and Men have a beautiful new record out full of incredible hooks, the kind that will win you a national battle of the bands. And who knows, maybe you can learn this and maybe win your own. The new Of Monsters and Men is called Beneath the Skin. It's out June 9th.
Cover your crystal lights and feel the tones that tremble down your spine.
And finally, a new album from a Canadian icon. I'm just going to say her name, Buffy Sainte-Marie. Now, Buffy Sainte-Marie was a Canadian icon in the 1960s when she was just a very young woman in her late teens and early 20s, writing songs like The Universal Soldier. Her peers were Ian Tyson and Joni Mitchell and Gordon Lightfoot. And while most of those artists have retired, her contemporaries, or have released albums that are not exactly the same as they were back in the 1960s, for some reason, Buffy Sainte-Marie, to put it simply, still got it. She's still making music at a higher quality than it was back when she was a kid. She's like a fine wine. It just gets better with age. The new Buffy Sainte-Marie, see what I mean, is out now.
Hold your head up, lift the top of your mind, put your eyes on the earth, lift your heart to your own home planet. What do you see? What is your attitude?
All right, thanks a lot for watching the CBC Music YouTube channel. You can always like and you can comment, you can subscribe. I implore you to do all those things. And I'm back every single Monday with new music picks.
Hello, it's Lana Gay from CBC Radio 3. Thank you for watching. Good on ya. Don't forget you can subscribe. You can also share the video with your friends. Tell your mom or leave some comments below. Don't go anywhere though. There's so many more videos on CBC Music.